Hey y'all, I'm Brandon. I'm here at the Granville blacksmith shop, and we finally got to rearrange it to where it is more usable for classes and as a working blacksmith shop. But there's a lot of projects we've got to do to get this better. One of the things we need to do is when I'm not here working, tours come through the shop. So I want to have a way to block off the forging equipment so people just don't get over and get in things or get hurt or just get dirty, getting in places they shouldn't get. So I've got the chain that I've been making since I've been demonstrating here, but I need something to attach the chain to so it's not just hodgepodge swinging across here. So I'm gonna go back to my shop and work on something to hold the chain. Keeping with the using scrap theme, here's our starting material. I got a brake rotor, I got a piece of plate off of an old oxygen cylinder, a piece of 1-inch rebar, some 3/8 rebar, and some 1/2-inch rebar, and that should get us going. Now that the end of the material is hot, I've got to upset it. There are a couple of ways to do it. This is one. Interest rates are going up. There are some very unflattering pictures of your mother on the internet. Now what we're really gonna do, block his device here and hit it. Maybe that's what we're gonna do. You're locked in there, good. Now we're gonna hit it. Hammering this high sucks. Put a little more heat on it. Expand on something. Oh! Make a difference. That's all I'm really going for. I just wanted to upset the very end here, just fatten it out, add a little more mass back in there, just for aesthetic reasons. And yeah, I had to stand on a foot tall block to do it. I'm not ashamed. Now I'm going to use a power hammer to fuller some spots down. Now the next one I'm going to turn 90 degrees. There we go, just adding some pattern in here. far as we're going to be able to go from that end. It looks like I need at least one more, but we're going to let this cool off, stick it in the forge this way, and do it. So, break time. Now, I don't really get a break. While that's cooling off, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the bottom plate. This is not super complicated. Do this earlier, but I'm going to texture the edges. So you can see the sharp hammer mark right there, which I'm trying to put hammer marks in this, but that sharp stop, that's what we're going to take out when we dress it. So now I'm taking the one with the 2 holes drilled in it, and I'm going to heat it up. There we go. So what I'm doing here is drifting these holes by driving a drift through. Widening this hole out. Oh, that's bad. I just lost the wedge in my handle. Let's get that out real quick. Yeah, I need to fix that. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna have to rehandle this pretty soon. Haven't grabbed it. Maybe we can get through this project without killing ourselves. Now we're going to start drifting it bigger, using an alignment pin as a drift. I'm going to try this here. You know what? I've got to switch hammers. I'm scared to swing this one too hard, and that's not good. doing again. So you probably don't have to watch all of it. Our 2 holes drifted. Just straighten it up a little. There we go. At this point it's time to put the smaller diameter rebar in the forge. So we need to make a perfect circle. So I'm going to be using one of my large hook jigs to do this. Pretty straightforward. I'm going to clamp this on here. Bend it around as far as I can, put it back in and heat the rest. You can do this with a torch, but the forge is going, might as well use it. And now, right over the top there. Just to make sure that it's round, we'll bring it over here to the cone mandrel and make sure she's set up on here good. There we go. It's kind of like a split ring key ring right now. Okay, we got both of these made into circles, so we're going to let them cool off. Our rebar split rings we made need to be cut so that they will go together flush. I'm going to heat these with a torch and open them up more so I can get them onto our pole. Nothing crazy, we just heat the section across from where it's cut and open it up a little. All of our pieces are over here, and before I weld everything together I got to do a little bit of grinding and some wire wheeling to get everything as clean as I can get it. So I'm gonna do the grinding first. Looks pretty good. I'm going to run the bead all the way around. Okay, this plate is not completely flat, so I am going to eyeball and tack this out in the center and then stand back and kind of make sure it's straight. Looks pretty good. good for it. This isn't really necessary, but I'm just going to put a little tack on each of them, and I'll take most of that out with a flat disc, but just to kind of make sure it's not going anywhere. And that's it. We just got to get it to Granville now. Well, I got 2 of my stands in so far, and I think I need 1 more, and I'll be able to close this area off just fine. Here they are finished. So I got these done, and I got them up, and last weekend a guy came through and he looked at them and he said, why'd you do all that to them? Why didn't you just weld the piece on here and put a couple of hooks on there? And my answer to him was, yeah, I could have done that. It would have been fine. It would have worked. It probably would have looked fine. And this took me, making these took, I don't know, a couple, 3 hours. But the difference that just this little amount of detail will make to some people is why Now what I mean by that is, have you ever been somewhere and you've seen some little detail in something where it wasn't necessary, but it was just neat? You kind of grinned a little. That's kind of what I'm going for. This was overkill on this little project, but these will be here from now on, and I like the fact that it's got this forge work on it. I like the fact that it's taken scrap and giving it a more organic look and made it something that's interesting to look at instead of just a stand for the chain to go across. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on this little project. I hope y'all got something out of this, and y'all behave yourselves.